It almost feels like it's a miracle whenever you're beating Sky Craig and you're going second. So good for them on that. The second thing is sort of like which cards does Derek Davis has is going to be a really big deal. Some of them are going to be a lot better than others. The smaller units, the ones that can get picked off by the torches, not going to be as good as the Champion of Chaoses. And then I think the most important card on Derek Davis's side is going to be those Var Vengeance Seekers because of their ability to strip Aegis from the Amaruks, the Yetis, and having a nice sized lifesteal body. That's going to be the card that's going to be the most useful for them to try to swing this back.
There isn't really too much to analyze for game 1. I basically just play the most efficient thing on each turn and hit face. So we'll be going straight into game 2 for the grand finals. But if you do want to watch game 1, I'll leave a card in the top right hand corner to TNE's YouTube channel where they have the game. So for those of you that missed it, basically I kept my first hand because it had a 1 into a 2, and I played a Primal Sigil and then the Snowcrest Jetty.
Here in the finals, played out that Snowcrest Yeti on the play. Win this game, goes to Worlds, has only played the game for a few months and is already in the driver's seat to get to a World Championship invites a couple months into play. Let's make sure Derek Davis knows we're good to go.
Playing for 2 months or so at the time of this tournament, or a little bit less than 2 months.
Yeah, things are looking pretty good for JNL, and this is another really nice starting hand too, and gets to be on the play. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a Sky Craig draw. That's one of the things that makes you want to play Sky Craig is that some aggro decks have some inconsistent fast draws. When you play Sky Craig aggro and when you build it this way, you pretty much always get to go 1 into 2 or 1 into a couple of twos, and that's just a.
So here I could have gone wide, but if I go wide and I draw power, it would lock me out of playing 2 cards next turn. So I end up playing the League Explorer, and even if they end up removing my League Explorer, I'm still in a pretty good spot because it traded 1 for 1 and still got in 4 damage.
Really solid recipe for having a successful aggro start. And we're going to see that here as sort of JNL is just going to beat down fast with League Explorer and Snowcrest Yeti. Back on the other side for Derek Davis, what do they want to go to next? They did pick up an Akantha Ascending.
Yeah, Kantha, yeah, Varon. You got 2, 3, 4 here.
Yep. The problem was that one of those was a banner. And so instead of playing the insignia, they just went straight for the open contract. And now for JNL, this is gonna hurt. It would have been really good to have a third power here and make 2 plays. The League Explorer is fantastic, but you'd love to do more.
All right, well, here, if this is going to turn around, this is the chance for Derek Davis. Going to play a blocker here. Now the Blazing Salvo is in hand for JNL, but at least it would take a little bit of time off. Well, how about that open contract going to hit Oni Patrol? But did pick up a copy of Aramat's Designs for Derek Davis. So if JNL plays out more units, can sweep them up. If they go for removing the blocker, they do that. Yeah, so Derek Davis has a shot here.
So during the game, I looked at his market because it was open deck list, and I put him on either grabbing Aramot's Designs or Dizos. If he was flooded out or had a lot of power, he probably would have grabbed Dizos, or Dizos was an option, but he was quite a few turns away, so I put him on Aramot's Designs. So in the following turns, you'll see me play around that card.
Going with the Aegis here for the Prowling Amarek, you mentioned whether you're dodging removal spells or blockers.
So here, I don't go for a tandem attack because I see a very probable lethal in 3 turns through Aramot's Designs. So I just hold back and only attack with the League Explorer here.
Look at this death. It's a third death charge.
Look at this. We're not even going to see a tandem attack here. I think JNL figured out that what was coming was Aramot's Designs. That had to be the market pick, and they're not going to play into it. Now we're going to see Sinister Rumors take care of the League Explorer. The Akantha Ascending is going to come out. It's going to help keep this board a little more manageable, but there's a lot of interesting counterplay going on right now where JNL made a great prediction that Aramot's Designs was the market card. They were right, and they made the best play for that moment.
They sure did.
And now here's the problem, though. They didn't get it out of their hand.
Right.
And now they're going to have to kind of decide, how much do I want to still keep playing around it?
Right. And now you got 2 blockers here. We're going to Blazing Salvo the Elf after blocks.
So here you see me protect the 3-2 because it's in line with the 3-turn lethal play that I had mentioned earlier.
An interesting play. Not one you see every day.
Go get a Seer. And now, remember, there are 3 copies of Depth Charge out, so that's a virtual 6 damage to the face already out there for JNL.
So that was turn 2, and as you can see on the board now, I'm presenting on the next turn, the 3rd turn, lethal.
Yeah, it feels like JNL doesn't think they need to get that much damage across, and they're right. It's not going to take much more with those depth charges and the seer. We're
Yeah,
talking about like
That's 9 damage
a
right
virtual,
there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
virtual 6, right?
So this is presenting. I actually really like this. JNL is presenting lethal on board right now. Like if Derek Davis doesn't do anything, the game's over.
And I know they have an Aeromots designs in hand, and I said it would kill through Aeromots designs, but they don't know what I grabbed from the market. And Aeromots designings to kill a 3/2 feels really bad, and it's pretty improbable that the opponent does that unless if they have a super hard read on what I grabbed from the market.
JNL's basically like, I don't need to put more units out because this is lethal, and I'm going to keep making you react to it. Now, like you said, if it's Avara or if it's something else that forces JNL to react, it's interesting, or an Airmots designs. But I like how well JNL has played this, and it's interesting. It's been different than the last game, right? Or the one we saw a couple minutes ago, where JNL recognized the equalize and played it differently because it's a different card and it's a different answer. And credit to them for navigating the different cards and the different matchups differently.
Yep, and now we see Champion of Chaos come down as a 4/4, and that Seer not gonna be able to get through it. But let me tell you what can.
Ugh,
The
Hound.
the Magma Hound from the Hound Master,
Wow.
and JNL is gonna make this really hard here. So it's gonna trade with the Prowling Amarok. Oh no, where did they do their block?
So BK questions, oh, where did the block go here? They blocked the 4/1 because the 4/1 now costs 5 power and doesn't die to Aeromots designs.
Oh,
Yeah, Airmots Design's going to knock that down, but not even going to matter. There's more than lethal here. Champion of Fury is going to be able to do it there. Sear to the face, plus the 3 copies of Depth Charge. And that is more than enough.
I mean, this is just it for JNL. So
Oof. Wow, and had
didn't even need any of the damage in
9
hand.
extra damage just sitting there.
Well, it looks like I won. GG's.